It is, what is it, 10:20? It is the 10th. And I've been driving for a little bit this morning. I'm at my, doing a load check, and did that. And this is what I've got left to do. Currently in Tennessee, and driving down through part of North Carolina and into South Carolina. So I'll be delivering in about 3 hours, about 1 o'clock, and then we'll see where we go from there. I think there's a steel company in South Carolina that I've been to before, but I think I actually had to drive farther east to get to it. And I don't think I'm going to make it home this weekend because, as I typically do when I start driving, I get a message. We get an automatic message in our OmniTrax that lets us know when our next projected home time is. And instead of telling me it's this Friday, it told me it's next Friday. So, and I'm assuming that's because of my late start. But I did start on Tuesday, following a repair, but then I had to go back in for another repair, so I actually didn't start until Wednesday, so maybe that's why I'm staying out over the weekend. I'm not sure. But that's what's going on for now. I'll see if I can hook up the GoPro and catch some other footage. So, yeah. That's life for right now. I'm going to hop out really quick and only for a brief moment to show you what I hauled because it's loud out there, and it's loud. Okay, so this is what I hauled. 3 stacks of slitted coils on skids. And I didn't know that when I was getting there. Well, my work assignment said coil, and I thought I was getting a big coil out of it, and they had me back into a dock just like similar to this, but it was undercover, kind of like, you know, under a big awning where I picked up at the shipper. And whew, it's warm here in South Carolina, and yeah, I just love the heat so much. Humidity is, you know, if you can't have heat without humidity, you know, what's the purpose? So I secured everything and tarped it up. I had 2 canvas tarps and I'm sorry I didn't show you last night because it was dark, and you know, I have black tarps, and I was parked in a dark area, so it wouldn't have you wouldn't have been able to see it. But I initially, kind of where I'm facing forward right now, I initially pulled in, you know, because luckily there was a guy sitting out there by the pallets, And I rolled down my window and says, yeah, where's your shipping at? Because there are door numbers all over this place. And nothing says shipping. And he says, oh, it's right here. So I pulled in right in this driveway and went in and turned in my paperwork. And they said, okay, yeah, back into 6 or 7. And I came outside and I noticed my nose was right in front of 6 and 7. So I had to back out onto the street. And the gentleman by the pallets, probably on his break, he helped me make sure there was no, and it's kind of a dead area. It's an industrial loop and there's not a whole lot of traffic. So I pulled out and then went that way and then backed into the dock area. You can see where I'm at right now. You can, if you look in the mirrors, and you know, after a couple months, 2 or 3 months, I felt comfortable backing anywhere. So I'm no longer afraid of my truck. That's always a good sign of progression when you're not afraid of your truck, as far as you being able to back it somewhere. And they are lowering the ramp right now. I can feel the truck shaking. One of the procedures here is they have you unhook your emergency air line, which dumps all the air out of your trailer. You know, yeah, I can release the brake and dump all the air, but they want you to actually disconnect the line as a safety feature and use a block, a chalk. And so all those things are in place. I might have to get out here and verify that he make sure everything's okay for whoever's unloading me. So, but that's it for now. Then I'm off to I got a pre-plan. I'm going to Florence, South Carolina. I don't know where that's at from here, but as I thought, it's going to New Haven, Connecticut, and it delivers on Monday. So I don't think I can drive back to St. Louis to go home and then to Connecticut. So yeah, I'm going to be spending the weekend out. And I completely understand because I got a late start in the week. And so that's what's happening. So I'll be staying somewhere for a couple days on the East Coast. So the only unfortunate side is I'll have to try to find an area that'll allow me to upload videos. Otherwise, you'll be wondering, hey, we didn't get any videos last week. Well, this is the reason why. Okay, it's 5:32. I'm at a TA. I don't know if you can make out the gas prices, but I've been seeing a lot of $1.95 for unleaded. That's it's giving me flashbacks. But anyway, you can see my load. It's really heavy. This is the lightest load I've ever carried. Nah, just kidding. Bad joke. I just went through I didn't just go through it. About an hour ago, I went through a blue beacon for my truck wash. And they put like a brightener on the trailer, which my company wants us to do. And it's amazing what these truck washes, even though it looks, you know, it's a well-used trailer. I'm not saying it looks brand new, but this is definitely brighter than what it used to be. So there's 5:32 Eastern time. My day is over because my load doesn't pick up until the morning. And I'm picking up, what was it, light poles? It might have been a different term, but light poles. And it's going to New Haven, Connecticut. That drops off on Monday. And so it'll be interesting. It'll be a different load. And tomorrow's Friday. And I'm picking up first thing in the morning. So I will get fairly close to the delivery point on Monday. And I'll just need to plan out a spot where I want to park. I got out. I might as well. It's amazing. Trucks come flying through truck stops. Now that truck wasn't parked there. It just decided to drive through that spot because it was closer than going around all the trucks. So I mean, truck stops can be dangerous, so you got to be careful. I'm going inside, see what they got. They got a Popeyes, but Popeyes doesn't always agree with me. But I'm parked like in the front row, so it won't be an issue. TAs aren't necessarily authorized fuel stops. I'll have to look in our binder. There might be a couple in specific locations, but otherwise I'm not getting fuel here because I filled up with fuel earlier. And so there's my truck, which was just washed, as I mentioned before. I'm in Florence, South Carolina, and I'm about 7 miles from where I'm picking up. So this is like perfect. I'll get up and have like a full day. After I secure my load, I'll have like a full day of driving through the east. And I gotta also specifically plan to get around New York City, because there's no way I'm driving through New York City. My GPS and well, if you look at the map book, the quickest route, I should say the most straight line is the crow flies route, would be to go across the bridge into New York City and then up from there. But that may be the shortest distance, but it won't necessarily be the quickest route. I've driven as a non-truck driver through New York before. Been inside New York, downtown Manhattan, and yeah, unless I'm delivering in downtown New York, which I've never done, knock on wood, and there is none, so I'll probably get a New York City load here pretty soon, which I doubt. The only reason I'm traveling this far east up to New Haven, Connecticut is because I'm going to be out for the weekend, so they're able to plan routes. They don't necessarily need to plan a load to get me home. They can give me whatever load is convenient and that needs to be moved, and they'll have ample opportunity to move me west from Connecticut all next week, so it's not an issue. It's kind of weird mentally, in the sense that usually I'm expecting to get home on Friday and I would normally be disappointed, but this time I'm not, because I've already been told ahead of time when I started my week that, hey, I'm not going home. So mentally I'm like prepared to stay out, and I feel good about it, which is odd. So I've got plenty of movies, and I'm going to plan my route effectively. I'll do that once I've done visiting inside. Then I'll come out to the truck, I'll edit a bunch of videos, and then maybe watch a video, because it's only 6 o'clock, so I got time. There are bugs here galore, because it is the South. It's like this mosquito's trying to get inside of my eye. It's like, suck on my arm. Why my eyeball? You know, my eyeballs are sensitive. So anyway, that's it for today. We'll check out my load tomorrow. It should be interesting.